Hello, my name is Monique Flambures, and I live in San Francisco, California, where Black people and African Americans make up less than 5% of the city's population, yet account for about 50% of those who are homeless. This is just one example of the harmful legacy of slavery. My dad had let me know in 2017 that our ancestors owned enslaved people. It was heartbreaking and startling. The first time I read the last will and testament of Samuel Barnes, my ancestor, was in 2018. He and his family enslaved people of African descent in Wayne County, North Carolina, in the early 1800s. I would like to read the names of those people listed in the Barnes will, as there is a possibility that their descendants might have never found them. Lewis, Lot, Hannah and Sephri, Jim and Patience, Mitty and Noah, Harry, Joe and Hagar, Jack, Charity and Anthony, Isaiah and Walton, Ephraim and Tanner, Charles, Hannah and Lisha. Please take a moment of silence with me to remember the names I just read as real people with full lives and their own families. Are our modern day slave patrols, aka police, bad people? I'm not sure. My dad and middle brother are both cops. Are all cops bastards? Oh yes. And yet there is still that of God in everyone. Slavery was not something only my ancestors were invested in. My immediate family is still invested in the imprisonment of Black communities. My aunt was also a kitchen supervisor in Tulare County Men's Prison or labor camp. I am not without blame either. As a social worker, I would often call the police to help resolve some issue, which never ended well and further hurt the people I was supposed to be helping. I stopped calling the police, thankfully, in 2017. I want to begin a process of healing for myself and my family. I believe the first step is taking responsibility. The more the truth is uncovered, the more all of us, especially those of us whose ancestors were enslaved, will have access to the public records, as the ancestry of enslaved people is often buried in wills, church records, and other documents of white people. It is a moral responsibility to uncover the truth of which we all know, but white people, including myself, often want to hide or brush over it and pretend it never existed. Part of personal reparations is contacting the descendants of enslaved people, apologizing and paying restitution. In 2020, a genealogist, Sharon Morgan, did some research for me to find a descendant of the people my family enslaved. So far, he and I have talked about 4 times. I apologized and offered to pay restitution. He was not interested in that. He was more interested in the government paying reparations in the form of paying Black people's college tuition. There is so much more to uncover about my family's history, so I need to keep working on this. Not being a snob about this work is also very important. It's about breaking with white solidarity and meeting people where they are at. For me, this has been through conversations with my dad about why it is so important to defund the police, Zooming with family members to watch videos and discuss the 1619 Project and films on reparations. I want to teach my own children. What do I teach my own children? What kind of example do I set? Some of my nieces and nephews are also on a path towards joining the military, the FBI, or other types of policing and violence. I often send books and try to talk with them about history and what they are learning in school. I found there is no perfect formula. It is a lot of being creative and trying to be humble. Thank you.